Kendra, thanks for the update. New at 10 tonight, this is Perry McIntyre, who you see on your screen, the victim killed in that Spartanburg shooting from yesterday. He was a field technician for Charter who was just out doing his job, everyday things, when he was gunned down. And as the sun came up today, we were able to get an up-close look at that home there on Amelia Street where all of this happened. Hours-long standoff yesterday. You'll remember that house now riddled with those bullet holes after it was stormed by a SWAT team. The side of that home cut open there, and you could see furniture used to try to block law enforcement. The banister even ripped down here when a deputy was shot, then pulled to safety. And we are getting our first look at the man they say started this violence. His name is Shannon Smith. The sheriff says it all began when he shot two Spartanburg water employees without warning, then barricaded himself in that home. He died in an operating room last night. And tonight we spoke with Smith's aunt about this shocking incident. Fox Carolina's Jarvis Robertson back live for us in Spartanburg tonight after speaking with Smith's aunt. And Jarvis, what did she have to say about what he did?
Well, Victoria, she was certainly in disbelief. Around 5:30 this afternoon, that's when the crews came out and boarded up the home. A lot of people have been driving by just to get a look at the home riddled with all those bullets. Going back to the aunt, with her being in disbelief, she tells me that she finds it hard to understand why her nephew would cause so much trouble. When you see all of this, what goes through your mind?
A tragedy.
A tragedy that Marilyn Murphy finds hard to believe started with her nephew, Shannon Smith, shooting two water department workers, a deputy, and killing a Spectrum employee, according to the sheriff's office.
I ain't never seen an angry spot in him.
I asked Murphy if Shannon was known to have mental health issues.
Some years back, he had mental illness, and him and his mother had some illness, so they was both staying here trying to help each other.
However, the motive for what went down here on Amelia Street is still unclear and hard to understand.
Maybe he thought they were cutting off the water. Maybe he thought the cable man was cutting off the cable. They were trying all they can to make it, and it just snapped.
He's been arrested in 2018, for some drug charges and had a burglary prior to that, but none of that should have indicated this. And people do make dumb choices and get arrested for things.
Sheriff Chuck Wright was back in the community today. He says Thursday's chain of events were traumatic for those who live in the area.
The neighborhood around here, there are a lot of good men and women that live around here.
I asked Smith's aunt if she had anything to say to the families that have been affected by this tragedy.
My heart goes out to them. I'm so sorry that this happened like this.
Back here live in Spartanburg, you're looking at the home right now. Again, boarded up around 5:30 this afternoon. The lights are still on inside of that house. It's unclear just how long that investigation will go on, but I can tell you all tonight, which we told you all yesterday, the Greenville County Sheriff's Office has taken the lead on this case. We have reached out to them multiple times today to try and get any new information. At this moment, they're not releasing any new details, but again, once we get them, we'll be sure to pass it along. Victoria, back to you.
Jarvis, thank you for that update. Just a lot of tragedy in this case. Now, Perry McIntyre's family was not ready to go on camera to do any sort of interview, but they did share some photos with us tonight. His daughter released a statement saying, quote, "My daddy was a friend to everyone and loved his family and friends so much, but above all, he loved Jesus. He was the best. We are going to fight so hard for the people going in and out of these houses unprotected. This could have been avoided." A Charter also responded to Perry's death. We'll have more on that coming up in the next half an hour.